Have you been wondering about whether you're meant to stay where you are or whether a move is waiting somewhere in your future? This reading isn't just about houses or locations, it's about timing. For some of you, the move energy is already active. For others, there are still experiences, decisions, or chapters that need to be completed first. The cards may reveal whether the timing is approaching soon, what needs to happen before the move can take place, the signs that you're entering a new chapter, and what may be holding the move energy back. Take a breath, trust your intuition, and choose the piece of sea glass you feel most drawn to. Piece 1 is a multicolored piece of sea glass with blues, greens, and browns. Piece 2 is an orange piece of sea glass, and piece 3 is a deep green piece of sea glass. Each holds a different message about where you are in the moving process, what needs to happen before the move can take place, and the signs that timing is beginning to shift in your favor. Here we have 3 cards, the 8 of Cups, the Chariot, and the Page of Wands. If you have chosen the first piece of sea glass, you have card 1, represented by the 8 of Cups. This card feels less concerned with where you're going and much more concerned with what you're leaving behind. The 8 of Cups is a card of walking away from something that no longer fulfills you. Here we see a solitary figure leaving behind a neatly stacked arrangement of 8 golden cups and heading towards the distant mountains beneath the moonlight, which is illuminating his way. Although the cups remain standing, something is missing. The figure understands that what once felt complete no longer provides the fulfillment they seek. For many of you, I feel this card appears when a chapter is already beginning to close. The move itself may not be the first step. The first step is recognizing that your connection to a place, situation, routine, or a way of life is changing. Some of you may already know this. You may find yourself feeling restless, less attached to your current environment, and questioning whether where you are still reflects who you are becoming. The 8 of Cups card suggests that the timing for a move approaches when you stop trying to convince yourself to stay. This card is not saying to make a rushed decision. It's asking you to be honest about whether your heart has already started moving towards a new chapter. For some of you, there may still be emotional ties that need to be released before the move can take place. Responsibilities, old expectations, attachment to familiarity and comfort. The sign that timing is approaching is when the desire for growth becomes stronger than the desire for security. The mountains in the distance represent a new horizon, a new chapter, and a new destination. The 8 of Cups card suggests that your move begins the moment you decide to honour that calling. And if you've chosen the second piece of sea glass, which is connected to the second card, you have the Chariot. Let's explore your message. I feel this card is very different from the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups was about recognizing when a chapter is ending. However, the Chariot is about movement and momentum, and also taking control of the direction of your life. The Chariot is a card of determination, progress, ambition, and forward movement. Here we see a brave and victorious figure standing tall within a chariot. He appears to be driving the chariot, but is holding no reins, which symbolizes that he controls through the strength of his mind. For many of you, I feel the move energy is already active. This may not mean that you're packing boxes and getting ready to move tomorrow, but conversations are beginning, ideas are already forming, research is taking place, and opportunities are starting to appear. The Chariot card suggests that the timing is no longer a distant possibility. It is actually becoming a realistic direction. I feel this card appears when the decision itself is becoming clearer. You may find yourself looking at properties, researching new locations, considering a different lifestyle, or feeling increasingly drawn towards somewhere that offers greater freedom and opportunity. The Chariot asks you to be decisive. One of the challenges shown in this card is the need to direct opposing energies towards the same destination. Part of you may want to move. Another part of you may still feel uncertain. A part of you may feel excited. And another part may be afraid of change. The Chariot reminds us that progress happens when we choose a direction and commit to it. The sign that timing is approaching is when uncertainty starts giving way to action. When you stop asking if a move is possible and begin asking how it can happen. The Chariot suggests that the move becomes possible once your focus, intention, and effort all begin moving in the same direction. And if you've chosen the third piece of sea glass, the deep green piece of sea glass, you have card 3, which is represented by the Page of Wands. Let's explore your message. This card feels full of possibility. Unlike the 8 of Cups, which asks us to leave something behind, or the Chariot, which focuses on determination and movement. The Page of Wands is about excitement for what lies ahead. The Page of Wands is a card of new beginnings, adventure, discovery, and opportunity. Here we see a youthful figure standing in a desert landscape, holding a wand with green sprouting leaves and gazing at it with curiosity and wonder. The card carries the energy of exploration and the desire to experience something new. His tunic is decorated with salamanders, which are creatures associated with fire and transformation. For many of you, I feel this move is connected to growth rather than escape. You may not be moving away from something. You may be moving towards something, a new lifestyle, a new environment, a new community, or a new version of yourself. The Page of Wands often appears when life is encouraging us to step beyond what is familiar and not feel limited by circumstances. For some of you, I feel there has been a growing sense of curiosity about somewhere else, a location, a region, a country, a place that keeps returning to your thoughts. The card asks you to pay attention to that feeling. The timing for a move may not be determined by practical circumstances alone. It may be determined by when you are willing to trust your own enthusiasm and sense of adventure. The Page of Wands card reminds us that every journey begins with a single decision to explore. For some of you, the move energy becomes active when you stop asking whether you're ready and start asking where the opportunity could lead. The sign that timing is approaching is when excitement begins to replace hesitation, when the future feels more interesting than the past, and when curiosity becomes stronger than fear. Here, the Page of Wands suggests that the move arrives as an invitation into a completely new chapter of life, one that may feel far more exciting than you currently imagine. Although each card offers a different message, they all point to the same question: when is the best time to consider a move? These cards suggest that moving is rarely just about houses, locations, or practical decisions. It is often about recognizing when one chapter is ending and another is ready to begin. The Eight of Cups reminds us that sometimes we must be willing to leave something behind before we can move forward. The Chariot card encourages us to take control of our direction and commit to the path ahead. And the Page of Wands invites us to embrace new possibilities, adventure, and the opportunities waiting beyond what is familiar. Whether you were drawn to the first, second, or third piece of sea glass, I hope this reading has brought you insight, clarity, and a better understanding of where you are in your own journey. If this reading resonated with you, I'd love to hear which cards you chose and what message stood out to you the most. And if you enjoy these coastal tarot readings, please like and subscribe so you don't miss future readings here on the channel. Thank you for being here with Sea Glass Tarot. Until the next time.